Hello. The Bloodlust is live. Welcome to the live stream. What's up, Coffrey? Thanks for popping in, man. I don't know if you mean wholly early, like you're early to the stream, maybe? Is that what you mean? Welcome. Hello. Glad to see that you're, awake, having a good day. How's it going? What's up? I just got done with pressure washing job, so arms a little tired. This week is your week. Oh yeah, I saw there was actually a couple of fun ones. The one at the end, track 5, looks like a lot of fun. Looks like it's got like a diving board on it or something like that. Cool aesthetically. Anyway, welcome to this live stream. The Bloodlust is here. A little out of sorts today, but we're gonna hop into it. We're playing some Trackmania. It is, in fact, Trackmania Tuesday. That's right. Thank you all for being here. 17 right now. We got in 20 minutes. Dang, man. Top 17 and a top 11. Destroying it. Holy cow. I can't even imagine. Well, we're going to have to check out the tracks. We're going to dive into the weekly shorts. If you're new to the channel, we do this every week. We check out the previous week's world records, and we get into the new week's discovery. Sometimes I get a pretty good score and make some improvements. Other times I am really busy, don't have a chance, but we get a few people in here that have some fun. We check it out. We get some good times. Share the strats. What up, Amtaro? 420 world right now on map 5. Dang. Nice. So we're gonna get into week 72 doing the reviews. Holy cow. Give me a second. I appreciate everybody for being here. We're gonna start with track 356, Envision Racing. Last week was a week of all time, definitely. They were all formula inspired, and I am not the biggest fan of this, but we'll check it out, do a couple of quick runs, show you what we got going on here. So the idea for this one, I kind of discovered, is to have full grip as much as possible. Try to get this whole downhill here if you can, and then you want a nice tight early turn into the finish there, which I did not. I had to release horses. That was kind of a crap run, but that's my first run of the week. It's been a minute, actually. I have been very busy over the last few days, setting up for events and doing some pressure washing over at a local brewery, which is, that's been some fun. Get a free beer and half price on lunch. That always kicks ass. What up, Calden? Hello, Bella. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here. We're just getting a little warmed up and checking out the previous week's tracks. I am doing terribly right now. I need to focus a little bit, but the point on this track is to try to get as tight a turn as you possibly can in every section and keep full grip if possible. If you can, make that turn, get a nice smooth downhill here and make it into the finish. But we're going to go ahead and check out the records. We're going to start with the world records here. We got Turtle TM, Pickle-tastrophe. Some people in their hilarious usernames. Z Swift, Jackskull TV, and Flechettas, all with a 15.8, which is kind of crazy. This is a very like forced map. It's one of those where, since this is a determinative game, once you've reached a certain like level, there's not really a lot of improvement that can be made. But we're gonna start from Turtle's perspective with Pickle-tastrophe and Z Swift here in the front. They go to the right for a little bit of a wide line so they can get a nice tight line there. To the left, all the way out on the edge, getting that full turn downhill, nice tight line, and straight into the finish. Full grip all the way through, except for right here in the second turn. Just a little bit of a slide there, but they snap into kind of a quantum slide situation, which greatly increases their speed. Very specific run, but we got a tie between all three of them actually. 15.853, and Josh Skull and Flechetta's have a 15.843, exactly 1/100th faster, which is interesting because they don't all have exactly the same line, but the fact that there's a 3-way tie and then a 2-way tie for the top two. So we're just going to check out Just Skull and Flechetta, see what they did here that's different. Just Skull, they went a little wide also, and they go to the inside there. Nice tight line. Ooh, almost going over the edge. Just Skull super close. Flechetta is getting a tiny bit of a nose down there, and it's hard to see what exactly is going on. We can see Z Swift here in third place with a 15.853. Looks like Z Swift's actually ahead, but Flechetta's just gets a slightly tighter turn, and it's hard to say how Just Skull actually caught up there. Looked like he was behind. There's very subtle things happening here, but nice runs to everybody there. Flechetta's, Just Skull, Z Swift, Pickle-tastrophe, and Turtle TM. A very smooth run. Really, it seems like a very basic kind of a run, but... And the ads, no. What up, Zafon? Just watch a short about chicken fried watermelon. Oh my god, I can only imagine. That was Envision Racing of week 72. Crazy. Chicken fried watermelon, that's that is a very interesting thought. So we're here with Lola Yamaha. I don't know exactly what all that means, but it's I mean, I know what a Yamaha is, but this track is kind of interesting. It's got a really modular kind of like style to it, and it's got a lot of super tight turns with some slow-mos, some forced slow-mos in a couple of sections, which in a way make it easier to control the vehicle, but in another way make it harder to control the vehicle, because like the vehicle still responds the same, but like slower. It's almost like it's behind in a way, and I mean, it's hard to describe, but the slow-mo kind of just messes with my equilibrium a little bit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. In any case, once we get through this first turn here, I don't even want to try. I already know where this is going. Once we get through oh my gosh. Once we get through this first turn here, like I said, there's a couple of slow-mos. I am having a hard time right now, but we're gonna get through it. There we go. Hit that first slow-mo, and then we want to make it around this turn. I clipped the edge there, unfortunately, but again, if you possibly can, you want to keep full grip all the way around that last turn so you can get full speed into the finish there. We're going to check out the records. We got Flechetta's, Carl Jr., a true veteran in the community, And Kvik here on the bottom with Dara, TM, and Maisto up on top. Looks like they make a nice smooth line through the first checkpoint and run through with a pretty tight line there through the finish. So pretty much all exactly in line. It looks like one of them actually clipped the fence right there a little bit. Tiny bit of a break there, barely making it inside the fence line. And once again, we have a tie between Kvik and Dara TM. Flechetas and Carl Jr. with a 387 and 385 respectively, but Kvik and Dara actually, Quick and Dara actually having a 381. Interesting here how looks like they actually are somewhat separate there. Quick was actually ahead for pretty much that entire run, but ooh, it looks like Quick is the one that clipped the fence, but somehow not losing speed for clipping the fence. I saw that kind of strategy used in a previous track. Review club records. Okay. Anyway, I saw kind of strategy like that for Quick, or not for Quick, but somebody used that strategy where they clipped the fence and it actually gave them a slightly tighter turn into the finish. Might be using that strategy there, clipping that fence to get a tighter turn through that section, because it is kind of hard to miss that sign if you don't drift right. Interesting how they got a tie there. Quick was actually slightly ahead, but went a little bit wider into the finish. Dara went pretty much straight into the middle, so they equaled out before the finish there. But now we got Maisto on top with Dara TM behind. Nice tight line through the first checkpoint there. Little brake tap going through the second checkpoint, hitting that slow-mo. Maisto going a little wide, but looks like they have a straighter line into the finish because of that wide line that they took, allowing them to pick up just a tiny bit more speed, getting in there for a 374. Very nicely done. Moving on to the next track. That was Lola Yamaha ABT track 2. Oh, I will look at the club records in a second. I'm sorry, that's not usually part of the program, but we got more people in the club now. And the stream's lagging a little bit. Please forgive me. This track is very interesting. It's kind of a little bit like Plinko in a way, because of the like perspective. But you're driving towards the camera from a slightly aerial perspective, and it's kind of disorienting for me. And I had a really hard time discovering any kind of route on this track. You can't free cam it, and it hurts my brain. Okay, yeah, you can hit the free cam and it'll like remove control of your vehicle, but it won't let you move the camera, which is kind of weird. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, like I said, it kind of reminds me of Plinko. Oh, hey, you can get up on this edge. How about that? Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't have very many good things to say about this track, but we're going to check out the records. We got Z Swift, Turbo Master, because Coffrey has insane runs on some maps. This map does suck, you are right. Yeah, this is a very sucky map. Turbo Master, Kubnik, Dara TM, and Limon. We're going to check out from Z Swift's perspective. They go out to the second gap, and he takes the ramp. He takes the ramp and bounces over the fence. Oh my god, what a route. Z Swift, the acrobat. They bounce into that first wall there. Not worrying so much about the bounce because it is plastic. Doesn't slow you down that much. But that bounce is just impressive. Let's see what Akubne did here, because Akubne and Turbomaster actually take a slightly different route. They bounce through that first section, skip the first ramp, bounce around that corner, and back over to this ramp. And Akubne barely hitting it with like one tire, and Turbomaster literally just booping it. Just like boop, and then they bounced up onto the platform. Literally just booping it. Just like doop. what was that? What was that? That is what a strat. All right, let's see what Dara TM and Limon have in store for us here. Dara TM's just slightly behind, bouncing off of the C to get a better angle over or around that corner to go over the ramp, and also bouncing over the fence for a 10.693. Interesting line. That is and Limon also booping the ramp. Bouncing off of that wall, bouncing off the second wall. There is a lot of like just chaos going on here. This is not the kind of thing that you usually see on a track like this, because like there's people going in so many different directions, and there's like so many different strats being employed here, and there's very subtle differences between every run. Like, let's see what Turbomaster did. Turbomaster also go over? Wasn't it Turbomaster? No, it was not Turbomaster. It was Z Swift. Z Swift also goes over the fence. Oh no, wrong one. Z Swift also goes over the fence, but he bounces off of that wall. Dara hits the C for a slightly better angle, and Swift gets caught up on the corner. But just they all go in slightly separate ways there, and somehow end up with such close times. I apologize for like super analyzing it, but I'm so impressed because it's just unique in so many ways. You really don't see this very often. Just not the chaotic movement of all of it. It's kind of crazy. It almost does it is almost like Plinko, the way they're all bouncing around in different directions. Most of the top 5 is different strats. Yeah, there's a ton of different strats. That is very interesting. Well done to everybody there. Once again, that is Z Swift, Turbomaster, Akubne, Dara TM, and Limon. Everybody doing something different, unique, and impressive on this track. Much more than I expected. Let's see. I'll look at the club strats on this one. Let's see what the club did. We'll look at everybody all at once here, and we'll go from Coffrey's perspective. I am the only one that went off the first one. I didn't come back and try this track at all. Y'all taking the ramp. Everybody got the strat, but Coffrey doing it right for an 11.660. Compared to World, that's, you know, there's some improvement to be made there, but definitely this track was annoying enough. Like I said, I did not come back to grind this track at all. This track sucked. Somebody said that earlier, and I agree with them. Hamtaro said that earlier. Can't say you wanted to hunt that. Yeah, I don't blame you. I came back and I attempted every other track at least a handful of times after my stream last week, except for that one. I just sat there for a second and looked at it. I was like, no. So this is a pretty familiar style recently. There's a lot of little slopes and hills. You gotta kind of rock over the hill going at a diagonal so that you can keep contact with all 4 tires. Of course, if your tires aren't touching the ground, then you're not accelerating. You want to go to the inside because there's a little tiny booster there. You hit the booster nice low up the wall ride, and then you hit all these boosters on the way out, and there's a reactor there. And this last part is weird. It's reactor and wood, but you can see that big huge A off in the distance, and that is like a wood sign, and so you're up on that, and it's like a 160-degree angle turn that you have to make there on wood while you're on a wall. It's a very, like, the physics of it is very strange, but it is unique in some ways, and this track wasn't too bad. A lot of these like sponsored or stylized tracks seem to be not very, I don't want to say like not very inspired, but not very inspiring. You did good on this one. Yeah, this was a good track. So we're going to check out the records. Starting with the top 5, we got Aries, IFR, Ricard, Flechetas, Q Dima, and Dara TM. Dara absolutely dominating the leaderboards this week. We got Aries, IFR doing a nice tight line there. Why are we looking in first person perspective? This is interesting. There we go, going over the wall ride. Nice tight turn, hitting that reactor booster there and doing a little bit of a wall bounce to get a tighter angle around the A there on the wall ride at the finish. Nice and low on the wall ride here, really high through that section, keeping lots of speed, good speed slide, bouncing off of the wall, super tight turn, barely missing the edge of that, making it into the finish at an 18.780 with Ricard and Flechetas slightly ahead at a 775 and 767, but Q Dima did it in 18.755. Let's see what Q Dima did here. So we got Q Dima and Flechetas. I don't know why it's forcing in first person perspective, probably because of the way that it finishes, but we can only see from one person's perspective, and I don't really like that. Q Dima going a little bit wider there, but getting a really good bump, keeping a ton of speed and rocketing into the finish for an 18.755. This kind of sucks. It's hard to see what's going on. Actually, let's do it from my perspective. There we go, and then we'll have them in front of me, so we can see them. They go through there, nice tight line. They're all pretty close, going a little wide through that section. Good speed slide, getting that reactor and bouncing off the wall, taking a straight line into the finish, keeping as much speed as possible. Kind of hard to see from this perspective. I don't know why it's forcing it into first person, but I have no control over it. I pressed a bunch of different buttons and nothing was happening. So we got Dara TM with an 18.750, Q Dima with an 18.755, Flechetas with an 18.767, Rickard 18.775, and Aries IFR with an 18.780. Close race. I don't know. Hard to commentate on that one because of the perspective. Didn't really get to see much, but that was a fun track to play regardless. Oh yeah, and let's check out the club records here. 19.1, 19.107, 19.095, and an 18.837. We actually had some pretty close records there for the team. Good to see. That's fun. So it looks like I went a little bit wider than everybody else, but still right at the end of the pack there. Nice line through that section. I hit the wall early. It was hard for me, but Coffrey getting a nice straight line in the finish. Almost as good as the records. A nice smooth line, low wall right there, getting a good speed slide through that section, and a good speed slide just before the reactor. Nice tight turn and straight into the finish. Way out ahead of the pack. Well done. It was actually a little bit more eventful than the records because we got to see something happening. Google Cloud. This track actually was a lot of fun too. It's like kind of almost like snowboarding in a way is the only way I can describe it, but it's wet reactor wood, which is very drifty but also strangely controllable. I say that and smash into a wall. Of course I would. I'm assuming there's probably a strat there to get a zoop down the first hill. I don't know if you'd want a zoop. More speed on this track would just be that much harder to control, if I'm being honest. You want to get nice tight lines around every corner and as close to the wall as you can, of course, without hitting the wall. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I like this track. We're gonna do that one more time. See if I can't get a little bit of a better run, but you want to get nice and tight, close to every wall, and you want to try to be as smooth as you can around the turn, snapping back into a straight line to conserve your speed. I was a little late on that one there. Honestly, I'm just doing this again because this is actually a fun track. I don't have to do this again. We could just go look at the records, but I'm actually really enjoying this track, so I'm going to race it a couple more times. Whee! I really actually, I am enjoying the heck out of this track. It's a lot of fun. A Spanish DoorDash ad? That's wild. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the records here. We got Galenium, Tudu. Yeah, I love that one, huh? N125, It's Fire. It's Fire was actually in here last week. Checking out some of their records. Definitely do join the club. Once we get done with the reviews here, we will open a room. Everybody can play. Quick and Dara TM. So we're going to start with Galenium, Tudu, and It's Fire. Nice and tight around that first turn. I'm assuming snapping into a straight line. Once again, keeping the nose down, really tight against the wall there. Hard to imagine how they're not hitting every single wall, scrubbing off of the edge, barely making it into the finish with so much speed. 370 going around the second bend here. Really tight, nose in. Galenium's ahead, but loses speed through that section. Tudu getting in there, and It's Fire just barely getting through that last straight before Tudu with Galenium in the back. Whee! What a run. That actually was a pretty intense run. Let's see what Quick's got going for us with It's Fire behind here. Quick going a little bit straighter through this section. It's Fire nice and tight, nose down through that section. Quick going a little wide, getting a slightly tighter line through that last turn, and snapping right into the finish for a 17.178, just ahead of It's Fire, who had a 17.186. Well done. Good runs. Good runs. Let's see what Dara TM did here. Dara TM and Quick tied. Dara TM a little bit ahead through the first turn. Nice nose down. Looks like they're getting somewhat of a speed slide through each one of these sections. Dara hugely ahead there, but gets a late snap, allowing Quick to get a burst of speed and catching up just before the finish line, tying at a 17.178. First and second place, taking home the gold. Well done to everybody there in the top 5. That's actually That was actually a really good map. And yeah, I mean, I typically don't like closed in maps where it's like super walled off, but this one was actually a lot of fun. The walls were manageable, and the way that the wet reactor wood plays is just, it's just a lot of fun. I don't know, like, the only way I can really describe it is like a snowboard. It's pretty sweet. I enjoy the heck out of it. Well then, everybody, that was Dara TM, Quick, It's Fire, Tudu and Galenium. Let's see what the club had here. I got an 18.591, not the greatest, but I'm also not like super good at wet tire maps, though this one was definitely a lot of fun. 18.591, 576. Hamtaro in chat had a 17.855. DCDSX with a 17.735, and Coffre with a 17.538. Let's see how everybody did here. Coffre way out ahead, nice and tight inside the wall there. Going back to my perspective, actually, since I'm behind, we can see everybody better. Coffre, everybody going inside, nice and tight through the wall there. Nice straight line, nice close pack going through that section. Close and tight through that wall. Everybody zooming around every corner, snapping through, keeping your speed, and Coffre getting in there for a 17.538. Nice times by everybody. 17.538, 17.735, 17.855. Pretty close, pretty close. I was way behind, but I was just enjoying myself. The club did in fact cook this one. You were top 500 world? Wow. Yeah. Heck yeah. Coffre 0.4 behind. That's actually really close to the record on this track. 307 world, I'm at 5. 15.870. Nice. Well done, well done. That was Google Cloud, week 72, track 5. I would say probably track 5 was my favorite. Track 4 was, it was okay. I did not like track 3 at all. I just didn't get it, and it kind of hurt my brain, if I'm being honest. And the Yamaha track was, I didn't hate the Yamaha track, but it's a little advanced, I guess. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. And the first track just felt really generic. There wasn't a lot there. I mean, it wasn't bad. I didn't hate it by any means, but it was pretty normal. Not really like of note. So by points, we got in the top 5, starting at number 1, Dara TM with 121,545 points. Flechetas with 63,958. Maisto with 48,744. Limon 47,799. And Quick in 5th place with 47,371. Well done to everybody there. Getting the records by score, which is based on how close you finish to the top, like the number 1 in the world for that week, and the more of them that you have closer to the top, the more points you get. It's pretty simple. I probably explained it terribly, but my brain hurts today. Map 1, B tier. Map 2, D tier. Map 3, Go Die in a Hole. Map 4, A tier. And Map 5, S tier. I pretty much agree with that. I agree with that. That's a great assessment. Here we are at week 73. We're going to open up a room. If you're interested, you can hop in here with us. We're going to be in TBL Rally. That's my club. Come check it out. TBL Space Rally. We're gonna be hunting the new tracks for this week. What is going on? Replace. Be short. Path of Effects. Evening Cruise. Low jumps. Fast turns. And Tubalicious. Interesting. Actually, we're gonna put the time limit back on this. There we go. Though having no time limit is fun. I like the 10 minutes. That way we don't get too distracted. Map 1. You're cooked on map 1. Can't play it. Map 1 is ass. I'm saying this because your skill issued. That's funny. Well, the room is open. Room 1 on TBL Rally. If you're playing Trackmania, come join us. It is open and available. And we will be starting on track 1. Coffre skill issued? Oh my god. This track might be a problem. Oh no, engine off immediately? What was that? No brakes? Okay, I need sound. This track is weird. Okay. So, engine off immediately means we want to build speed before we go down the hill. Or wait, I guess it doesn't matter because the checkpoint's right there. Yeah, that's a no brakes. Okay. And cruise control. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I suppose it is called Path of Effects. It makes sense that there's all of the effect blocks. I don't know what I should have been expecting. Starting with an engine off is an interesting choice, though. Just gonna say. Go high here. Whoops. I got airtime there. That sucks. Want to avoid the airtime. I haven't even made it to the finish yet, and we're almost 2 minutes in. Ah, man. I need to turn earlier. Either way you look at it. Okay. Dang. Okay. I think I have an idea here. The cruise control makes the ending a little tough, but if you can get into the grass, yeah. There you go. Nice. Author time. Okay. I think I figured it out. It took me a while to piece together in my head, but that kind of worked. Okay. Now let's improve. So, want to go nice tight line through the engine off here. Try to get as close to that block as you can, obviously. Nice low early turn here. And try to straight through the cruise control and use the grass to drift into the finish. Nice time. 17.521. What? Well, you can be first in the club, that's fine. But I still got a respectable time for my own ego, my own skill rating, whatever. We want a tighter turn through that section and an earlier turn through this section. We want to go straight through that. And we want to turn earlier into the grass. Okay, so we want to go straight through here. Tight there. Tight here. Straight through that and into the grass. Oh, you can hit the brakes. Oh, I'm dumb. I got confused because there's a no brakes here. But the no brakes goes away once you get through the checkpoint. So okay, I was thinking you had to, like, oh my gosh, too many things going on, confusing my brain. So you can manually drift, you don't need to use the grass. I'm just overthinking stuff. This section you can't brake. Send streamer. Dang it. See if I can improve here. We still got 4 minutes left on this track. I should be able to get at least one improvement. Nice tight turn there. Early low here. And straight into the railing on that cruise control block. That's unfortunate. I am a streamer. Then we call streamer streamer. I suppose that's fair. You get referred to as chat. I try not to. I'm not, you know. I'm not that degenerate yet. I'm getting there though. I feel like it today. My brain is hardly working. I can barely focus on more than one thing at a time. I didn't even work all that hard. I was just spraying some stuff with a pressure washer. It's actually kind of fun. I kind of get the appeal of pressure washing simulator now, because I played pressure washing simulator IRL today. Oof. Oh, bet. Oh my, no, okay. Okay, wait. I have to look. How could you maybe, you have to get so inside. Could you bug something? No. Nah, it wouldn't even be. Even if it was possible, it wouldn't be worth it. Never mind. Overthinking it. Looked like there's almost a shortcut there, but the angle you would have to hit it at. We are Venom. Nope. Okay. I had a much better run the last time. There's got to be a way to reduce and or eliminate your airtime around that corner. I know it. Since you can't brake, maybe just a tiny release. Or you could do something like that, maybe. Force yourself. That was actually somehow not terrible. So since you don't have brakes, oh my god. No! Oh my god. I figured something out. I mean, this is something I've known about, but I can't believe I just now, like, kind of put it together in this scenario. You can use that road bump right there to give yourself a tighter turn. Oh my god, wow. Huge. Okay. Oh yeah, let's go. 16-9. Okay. I can't believe it took me that long to kind of figure that out. But so if you use the little bump there on the road to force your back tires to lift, you can naturally drift out and give yourself a tighter line into the second to last checkpoint. Should be the last checkpoint, but there's one right before the finish line. Probably just to, like, prevent people from trying to, hey, thank you, yeah. GG to everybody, yeah. But yeah, they probably put that last checkpoint there to prevent people from doing some kind of, like, Uber bug nonsense into the finish line. Well done to Coffre. I don't know if I'll ever catch up to Coffre. There was a couple of times last week where I actually did come close. I'm way too busy for it though. So, oh yeah, that was one thing I needed to mention. Okay, so I actually right now am in the middle of, like, looking at, like, 3 jobs. I have work that I've been doing, like, locally, but I recently got some event jobs, and I'm potentially, well, I say potentially, I got hired to a delivery job for Amazon, but I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to start. If I can get all my paperwork and everything filled out and turned in efficiently in a timely manner, then I could start training on the 11th, which probably won't take too long because I have a good amount of experience with delivery driving. But it will be full-time, so I will have to change my streaming schedule. The employed lust. That's funny. So that being said, I'm only supposed to be working 4 days a week. So I'm gonna have to see how I can work my days around, if I can possibly keep like Tuesday and Friday. I may have to drop Wednesday, but I'm either gonna have to push my streams back to a later time or to different days entirely, depending on when my hours are. So I will keep y'all informed on that, but in any case, that's the down low. This is a pretty fun track. A little bit of tech slalom in the beginning, followed by some grass, which the trick on grass is that you basically want to just try to keep as much grip as possible. So it's actually better to go up the wall a little bit because you gain speed going back down the wall. So going up the wall doesn't hurt you as bad as you might think. And especially if you do it at an angle, but you kind of want to let like the grass push you into the angle. You put dowers onto map 5? I don't know what that means. I recognize the name, dowers, twin dowers or whatever. Okay, there we go. A little bit of speed there. Oh, but I lost it all in that section. Oh, okay, I see. You convinced him that he needed to waste more of his life on it. I understand. Did you do that intentionally so that you could have a chance to hunt 3 while he's not paying attention? I see what you're doing there. It's a solid strat, not gonna lie. Okay, you do want to go inside there when you have that kind of speed. So you can actually go inside that. Oof. Not beating him on 3, his time is cooked. Well, you just gotta do what he did. No big deal. Game's determinative. Should be easy. Just press the same buttons and stuff or whatever. Everybody knows that. Oh, you can go way inside there. Okay. He'll probably just beat you back. Well, hey, but yeah, if you get his time, then that'll, you know, at least get you into whatever position he had. Well, too much. You need to go a little wide on that section there so that you can have a better angle into the second or third checkpoint. Third checkpoint? Yeah, third checkpoint. And you can cut across that section of grass if you can get the right angle. It shouldn't hurt you too bad. Oh, man. I tried. Dang it. I have a couple of thoughts here, but... Dang. You want to go straight as possible through each one of these sections. You want to go up the wall early on the grass so that it'll kind of force you back down after the 90. So you want to go up a little early and then let the force of it kind of just send you back down. Because if you turn, you're going to slide. That's going to lose you speed. There you go. Oh, and then into the pole. Damn it. It's a challenge. Okay. There we go. Ah. Going really wide there, but that's okay. We're just practicing. Okay. And then, yeah, I want to turn early through that section. Closer to that wall, I feel like the better. So you want to reduce your air time into the third checkpoint. And you want to go like all the way right there. Just skip that like box without walls. That one tiny little strip of tech right there in between. Just skip that altogether. Oh, there we go. That was totally a mistake. Oh my god. Holy crap. I can't believe I freaking held on to that to the end, honestly. I was... Fart. Cat War Thunder. Welcome to the stream. We got lost in the mix there. How's it going? Ah, dang. How does one fart cutely? I have that question. I don't know. I don't know how that's a thing. GG! Some people are odd. We're all odd in our own little ways. Map 5 has some buffoonery. I guess we're gonna find out soon enough. Feel pretty good about my time on that one. I don't know what I did to make it happen, but it worked out and I managed to hold on to it till the end, so. Oh, this one actually looks interesting. Sausage roads to start. Okay, nice low turn here. And I had to release there. Oh, it's like a train track. Wait, there's only one checkpoint, so then we're just going here, right? Yeah, I don't remember what button I turned it to. How are you still 17th? Because you're a badass, apparently. Why question it? Straight mental. Okay, so we want to go wide so that we can get the booster on the far side of that. Oh, nice nose down. We go wide. Oh, and we get that. 14.6? Okay. I guess it could be better, but I feel pretty good about it. Coffrey doing something different entirely. go. Got this time 10 minutes after. Dang. Nice. 1288's good. Oh shit. Top 8? Damn, dude. Dude, that is insane. What's that time now? Is there a path to the right? How would you even? That nose down that one time, but if I can do that again. Oh, kind of. Almost. There we go. Yeah, let's go. 13-8. That's much better. I'm only a second behind now. 12-4-0-3. Holy. Smack my mic there on accident. Let's see what dude's got going on. And the bug slide to go behind. I knew there had to be another checkpoint somewhere. I saw you coming from behind the finish, but I was so confused. All right. I was wondering if there was a path to the right. So we got a pretty good time, but we got the advanced strategy over here. Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah. I didn't do the aerial cam. I was thinking about it. I usually do at some point, but I just hadn't got there yet. Virtual said it slower, so you just agreed with him. Nice. Nice. Good idea. Oh yeah, no, buddy, you're totally right. Yeah, no, thanks for setting me straight, bro. You just keep doing what you're doing. Ah, dang it. I was totally slow, but yeah, and it's still slower than my normal time. He's better than you. I don't know, man. Like, sometimes he gets good times, but he doesn't really hunt the weeklies. I mean, I guess maybe that doesn't necessarily say whether he's better than you or not, but it's a different style of play compared to your normal Trackmania content. I don't know. It's hard to say what's normal Trackmania content, though. There's a lot of really interesting stuff out there. People come up with ways to exploit all sorts of different stuff in this game. Also, there's a website showing the world records. Oh, that makes sense. Damn. That's tough. I'm like not getting any speed out of this bug slide. And landing flat is tough. How do you get ads so many times? I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, landing flat here is not easy. Plus, you got to get really high to the right in order to set up for the bug slide. Can we just jump off to the right somehow? There's got to be a way over there, right? Oh. Almost. Dang it. I will make it over there, even if just once. Alright. I will use the free cam. Gosh dang it. That's it. So there's two strats. That's it. Okay. What's kind of... Oh. Yeah, I saw that too. I was like, okay. Tee-hee. Oh. Oh, that was my best attempt that direction so far. Yeah, for real. Hey, he's probably cooking dinner or something, you know, like. Oh, that was my best run there. Legit just looked down and saw it. Yeah. See, like I said, he's probably cooking dinner or something. He's not the most proactive mod, but I still love him. GG, GG. You guys both kicked my ass, honestly. I just thought about it. You can jump off of the sausage road straight onto that freaking booster rather than trying to like drift around the end of it. I'm dumb. Sausage roads are weird to me. They're not my favorite. Okay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. He's 300 trophies for a top 8, for real. Yeah, Zaphon's not feeling good. He's sicky. Poor guy. F's in chat for Zaphon. Get well soon, buddy. Oh my god, I held that all the way through. Nice. Z. Z's in chat, I guess. Whatever Z stands for. Oh my, no way. I can't believe I held that angle all the way through that. That is such a weird turn. Holy cow. I'm only 0.3 behind on this one. This track is weird. You gotta just keep your grip as much as you can, but the way that it's shaped does not, like, the route that you can take does not make sense based on the way that the road is shaped, if that makes sense. Like, you can take almost a perfect loop, even though it kind of almost looks like it's like square in a way. Ah, there's a bump there. I knew there was a reason you didn't want to go super tight through that. Ah, almost. Just the tiniest little freaking drift touch is all you need there. And you can drive along the wall without being slowed down. Okay, that's also good to know. So you can go a little wide here, take a super tight line here. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Okay. 17-3? Oh, dang. I was gonna say I'm coming for you, but bro had to freaking pull 16-9 out of his butt. Going to urgent care. Oh, man. You think he got like pneumonia or something? That'd be bad. Yeah, always gotta clean that thing, bro. Coffrey going super tight through that second turn. Gotta try to replicate that line. I've been trying to do that, but it's tough. Definitely bronchitis. Yeah, that's rough, man. Don't ignore my 1702. Bro, yeah, no, that was sweet. You guys are like right there, right at the 16-second barrier on either side of it. That is impressive. A very clean run. Spec me. Okay. Literally off of the edge of the road. Okay. You want to clip the edge to keep grip. Interesting. Because of the fact that there's like that weird bump there. Alright. Damn it, a little early on my break there. I got a 17-2. I feel good about that. At least I'm improving. Almost as good as Hamtaro's first time. Or at least the one I looked at. The shape on this track is interesting because it's kind of like a dish almost. Anybody ever play Super Marble Dash or whatever? Some Super Marble something? I can't remember. Not Super Monkey Marble or Marble Monkey or whatever the hell. I know about that one too, but it was a different one. It was like a racing game, but like you had these little tracks that you raced on, and there was like different sections you could take of each track, so like split off in different routes and whatnot, and you were like a person inside a marble, like a hamster. I don't know why I just remembered that, but this track kind of reminded me of that. Is it Super Monkey Ball? Is that the name of it? Is it the other one that I was thinking of? That's not the one I was talking about, but I know that's a thing too. I don't know. There's the things people imaginate are questionable sometimes. Super Marble Brothers. Oh my god. I don't know why that was so funny. You hate this map. Why do you hate this map? You seem pretty good at it. Oh, I almost had the angle, brother. Ah. Then a magical 0.15 spawns in. I see. Yeah, because of that weird bump there. Dead ass. You can gain up to 35 speed with the clip. Interesting. That's weird. Why though? Because you're like causing a collision, right? So if you're, I mean, if you bounce the top or the bottom of the car, I know that it has like less friction or something, so it doesn't slow you down as much. But how does the clip gain you speed? That's weird. GG's. Damn. Y'all both breaking the 16-second barrier there. Or the 17-second barrier, whichever. Yeah, this is the one that looks fun. It totally is a high dive. I called it. Come on, let me smash into the duckies already. Quack, quack, quack. I tried not to actually smash into the duckies, but I smashed into the wall instead. Oh, wet tire freaking wet plastic snow car. That's ice, right? There's one checkpoint. They're for real. Map 3 might be your map now. I knew it. You're like, oh no, I could never beat him. That was the plan all along. What's up, Justin? Yo, dude, how you doing? Thanks for popping in. Happy Tuesday or something. What you up to, bro? Ah. He's still 0.1 ahead of you. That's a lot. In leaderboard terms. I believe in you, man. You'll get there. I've seen you pull off some wicked shit. No. Damn it. No, man. Don't spoil it now. Let me review it when you get top 5 next week. I'll check it out. No, I turned a little too sideways. I had a ton of speed there. I totally get this track. I don't know how I understand this so well suddenly, but it's actually a lot easier than I initially thought it would be. What up? We're about to check out Coffray's PB. Ah, 420. Okay, nice. Low, straight. High for speed. And then, no. 560, dang. Okay. How did it take me 4 seconds just to get to the finish from there? No. I don't know how I managed to make that angle the first time I tried it so well. Had no idea what I was doing. Oh yeah, I freaking beat myself a little bit. 17,776. Hamtaro getting in there just ahead of me. I had to try. We were right next to each other. I went high, he went low, he won. 15.8 on this map, god dang. That's 2 seconds ahead of me, essentially. Show me your ways. Yep, go right, and then early left for the nose down. Interesting, interesting, okay. Low air time, and... I'm sure that probably wasn't intentional, but... That could work. Bumping off of the ducky. Okay. I see, I see. No! I tried to snap, but that was intentional. Bumping off of the ducky. I can see it. No! Yeah, if you can bump your back end off of the duck, then it could possibly straighten you out for a better line to the finish. True. Ah! Duck bounce for good line. Yep, yep. Quack, quack. Quack. Quack, quack, quack. We used to have a little... My buddy used to have a little duck. Can't remember what he named it, but he had a chicken at the same time that he named football. But the duck was named like, it's like something that was like the name of a planet or something. I don't remember. Ganymede maybe. But yeah, he had a duck named Ganymede and he had a chicken named Football, which I thought was hilarious. But his little duck would walk around while we were hanging out and stuff, and it'd be like hanging out around our feet like a dog and be like whack, 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 whack. It was a cute little thing. You would name your duck Duck? Goose? I would name my duck Goose. Yep. Do you think like, do you think you could confuse your pets if you name them different animal names? Like if you name your dog Cat, you know, or your cat Dog. I have met somebody whose cat's name was Dog. Like if you name your alligator Sheep, you think maybe you would think it was one of the herd? Name two of them Duck and one of them Goose. That would be funny though. No! Ah. That airtime ruins it every time. Because you just slide out full sideways at that point. There's no saving it. Duck, save me! Got 28 seconds. No, too high. Oh, actually. That might have given me an edge boost. Damn. Ooh, that was a super smooth line right there. I sucked at that map, but I had fun. That was a good one. Playing some Star Wars? You playing some Battlefront? Battlefront's good stuff. Also, I love tacos. Donkeys are asses. Yes, that's true. Okay. Do we want to play this one again? Or we want to skip it? I'm down to try one or two more times on this one. Got a good line there. Need that drift, so you gotta clip that little section of road there to give yourself the drift so you can get that inside line. Okay. Okay. So that's 2 no's on map 1. Got it. All right. Well, then I'll do this one on my own time. Have strong words about map 1. What's so bad about map 1, guys? What did map 1 do to you? It's not that bad. It's just, you know, colorful and stuff. Ah. Skill issue and precision. So skill issue. Okay, got it. Yeah, I get that. It's not it is satisfying, but also not very satisfying at the same time. Like when you're, you know, 0.03 behind the world record and you're barely inside the top 1,000 or something like that. And it's satisfying because, like, then you can make like a 0.01 improvement and go up like several hundred spots or something. And it's like, you know, tiny improvements give you huge position on the leaderboard. But then it's like you realize that everybody's so crammed in such a tiny gap of time that, yeah, I get that. All right. When you need to spend 2+ hours for a 100th improvement, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I tell you, man, you could catch that shiny first try. It's happened. Wah. Damn it. Have a good one, Hemtaro. Thanks for hanging out, man. It's always good to have you around. I'm glad you got a new computer, finally back to hang out with us. And you're over on Twitch now. Stay safe, man. I appreciate you playing with us. If the shiny requires skill. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know, it depends on how you look at it. You know, skill as in, like, knowledge and capability, or skill as in, well, I suppose knowledge, but on how to exploit the game. Because there's ways to improve your odds. Some of my old friends would say, you know, get good, scrub. Press forward, shiny every run. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, this map's kind of cooked too, though. I'm not gonna lie. What? Pulling a top 8? Yeah, dude, that is sick. dude, that is impressive. I saw that they updated Faz. It's so weird. What's weird about it? Did they change the warehouse or whatever? The shop? They already updated that a couple of times. The first time they updated it, it was like a whole new world. They've done a lot of updates to Phasmophobia, actually. It used to be like nothing. There was like 5 items that you could use and like 6 ghosts, and it was freaking like collecting evidence was weird. I don't remember how it used to be. They changed the first person view. How did they change the first person view? Damn it. If I hadn't released, but also if I hadn't released, I probably would have smashed into the wall. So I just need a better line there, I guess. This track is taking me a second, but I think I'm starting to kind of get it. Having a hard time with it, that's for sure. This first grass section is tough. Just because of that 90-degree angle, it kind of tosses you a little bit in a weird way. There we go. Oh, man. I had a ton of speed there, but I didn't go very wide. That's another thing, is you got to set up wide for that next jump. Ah. What did they do to the first person view? I guess I should check it out on my own and see, but oh man, I made the jump, but I need to make that jump and land on the downhill. Otherwise, I'm not going to get enough speed to the finish, which is going to be really hard to land on the downhill there. Everything's more out from your view. Weird. So I'm not sure what you mean there. Like, did they change the field of view, like the FOV? Like you have like a wider view, like kind of a panoramic, like a fisheye lens. I'm not sure how much I like this map. I don't hate it, but it doesn't really speak to me. Oh, that was almost an amazing jump. Ah. Crazy gave a true hint. First time in history. Whoa. Should have done it on April Fools. Reserve the truth for the day that everybody expects you to lie. Can you go up these walls? No. Yeah, there's a couple of things that could be done there, I guess, but this track is kind of meh. You're still half a second ahead of me. I got a lot to improve. Okay. So I actually had an idea on this one. Damn it. I need to land on the right side. There we go. No. If I can land on the right side and then set up on the left quick enough, I can use the sausage road to jump over the wall and like directly into that booster. But the question is, can I make the angle? Why is there beef in the Weekly Shorts Discord server? I don't know. Sucks that I'm missing it though. Did somebody cheat? Messages getting deleted. One of the mods must be on a rampage. That's not good. Almost. Just started insulting people for no reason. Weird. Oof. That's weird. Freaking Trackmania is usually a pretty chill community. Unless you're like, you know, cheating or, I don't know, I guess being non-inclusive or whatever. Oh yeah, griefer. Griefers. Oh, I figured out. I keep calling him Inglair. That guy's name or username is Infraliminal. Oh, really? So people are all pissed off because you found a strat that they didn't? Is that what's happening? That sounds like a lot of freaking drama. Damn it. There's like 3 combos happening. Yeah. That's crazy. Discord's popping off apparently. Alright. I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time in most of the freaking message boards anymore. They've all gotten so toxic. Especially like Reddit. Oh my god. I never really spent much time in Reddit, but definitely don't spend much time over there now. Just everything's a cacophony. This first jump is a pain. Oh my, I almost had the route I was looking for. Getting the timing on that's gonna be tough. Nah, I need a nose down on that section to get the best time. Which I'm not gonna get with that line. There we go. Nope, didn't set up soon enough. Or didn't go far enough to the left. I just barely clipped the edge of the road that last attempt. And it didn't, or the edge of that grass block, I mean, and it didn't slow me down. Ugh. Nice. No. Oh. Sausage blocks are so unreliable. Ah. Let's see. Go this way instead. Seems like a bad idea. It probably is, but I want to get over here to the left. Nope. Almost, actually. If I get a really solid line here, I might actually be able to beat my PB with this. By the number 6-7, humans are simple creatures indeed. That's crazy. Oh, I like almost tied my PB right there. Oh, boom! Beat my PB, but that's an interesting route. If I could string together the jump route into the sausage block where you jump over the edge of that and then into the booster, it might be faster, but it is like the amount of space and timing that you have to work with is near impossible. Oh, man, that was actually crazy close. Okay. Clearly your route is better. I still have not landed it right once yet, but I can get the bug slide. All right. Do we want to do one more? Which track do we want to play? I'm probably going to do one more and call it. So do you want to do this one or track 5? Sounded like you didn't really love track 5. You said you didn't really like this one either. What do you like, Coffre? 5, please. Okay. I win! No. Ugh. Yeah, this track's fun. I appreciate you coming and playing with me, man. I have actually learned a lot from you in just the last few weeks, so. Huge shout out to Coffre. Hope to see you on the leaderboards for next week, man. I still have not looked at that PB that you sent me, but I'll do it just before we close the stream out. Ah. Damn it. Duckies, why? Ooh, beautiful nose down there. And yeah, beat my PB by 0.2 even. Right as my stream lags, unfortunately. Somehow I had way more speed right there. I don't know how that worked out. Bye-bye. Totally went the wrong direction there. Ah. Getting the angle coming off of that last turn before the duckies is tough. Oh, by 1,000th. I can't believe I actually just beat my PB by literally 1,000th right there. That was sheer determination. I did not deserve that. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, give it a follow, subscribe over on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch. Links are down in the description. We do this every Tuesday. Whatever on Wednesday. Phasmophobia on Friday. Schedule will be changing here very soon, however. Unfortunately. Or, well, fortunately for some people. Depending on how you look at it. I got a new job. But we will still be live. Once I come up with my new schedule, I will let everybody know. I really appreciate y'all for being here. I have had a lot of fun over the last year or so doing these reviews, hanging out with the community, talking smack with chat. Damn it. The ducks keep killing me. These ducks are evil, man. In any case, definitely do stay alert for when I go live next. Should be tomorrow, but like I said, things are kind of up in the air right now. If I do go live tomorrow, I am going to be playing Crimson Desert, so if you're interested in that, come hang out, come check it out. It starts kind of slow, not gonna lie, but it's an interesting game. Got lots of fun mechanics to it in many ways. The combat is a ton of fun in my opinion, but the only problem with the combat is that it just takes a while for you to get to the point where you're actively doing combat. There's a lot of walking around, but it's a good game, good story. It's fun to play. Been enjoying the heck out of it for the last couple of days, so Zuck is live. Hold up. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, Coffrey. As always, I appreciate the competition. You help me learn new stuff about every one of these tracks every time, so that is definitely appreciated. I feel like I've gained a lot of skills just by having you in the lobby, to be honest. Oh, you got double stream? Nice. Dang it. I have getting that line, that last line right before the finish is honestly what's causing me the most problem. Has been causing me the most problem this whole time. Ugh. Ah! These ducks keep killing me. Whoop. Whoop. Is there a way to skip this? Water bounce. No. Truck doesn't bounce. Okay, got it. Ah, dang it. I actually had a pretty good line there. Had a good time too. This track is rough. Though it is fun. It's interesting how they've had like weird water combo physics 2 weeks in a row for track 5. And it's been the most fun track of the week both times. Like a giant water slide. It's great. Ah! Duckies! Obstructing my path. I haven't even tried going straight through the ducks yet. No worries, man. I'm about to end it anyway. Once again, I do actually appreciate you for hanging out with me. It's always a lot of fun, and I learn a lot every week. I hope that you have a good night, good morning, whatever the case may be. Enjoy Zuck's stream. Oh, yeah. Let's see what you got here. We have done an absolute ton on Phasmophobia. It's one of my most popular streams of the week. Let's see what you got here. What is happening? There we go. Copyright music. Oh my god, wow, what a bounce. What a bounce. 14.9. Wow. How did you manage to get through there without the duckies murdering you, man? What a crazy run, though. I see what the strat is there. I see. What a line right there. Almost no adjustments. Beautiful, straight through that section. Bonk. Just freaking throws you over there. That's crazy. Okay. Number 8. GG, dude. Holy cow. That is freaking epic. Oh my gosh. Right behind Nico. Hell yeah, dude. Still got 0.2 on that. Holy. Well, I wish you luck. You'll make it into the top 5. I believe in you. Once again, thanks for hanging out. If you're new to the channel, come back next time. We will be live later on this week. As I said, it could be tomorrow. It could be Friday. It depends on what's going on. I got a bunch of things kind of up in the air. New job, other jobs, stuff on the side. So hope to catch you in the next one. Everyone stay safe. Drink lots of water. And as always, trust in the bloodlust.